I don't know how this happened, but I ended up in a Chinese movie. Yeah, so that was a pretty long day yesterday. The whole filming location was in Yansing, which was one of the reasons we were roped into this opportunity. Yeah. It's pretty wild to think that we're gonna end up, you know, in a movie as cyclists, you know.
I mean, it's good to see that new launch movies are trying to include like cycling elements. I think that's a good thing for the industry.
You know, I found it amusing that they kept me close to the actor the whole time. I've started kind of getting used to this here in China, where kind of like the token American, you know. So during the staging of where they wanted us for the Peloton ride, they put me right next to the actor, like, you stay by him. And then one part where they had everyone kind of like passing the camera, they kept me by him until the very end of it, you know. And then one of the scenes, I won't go into details of the scene, but like the actor was in front of me and then I was there and then everyone else was behind me. So I was like forefront of the shot. It's like, oh my gosh, okay. It's kind of funny.
That other guy commented that he felt like the body temperature is a -10. I think he's pretty accurate.
It's very, very humid.
It's humid and damp.
Yeah, no sun at all yesterday, and it kept snowing off and on.
Yeah.
That might have been the reason why we missed out on one of the first scenes that they were going to film, as I don't think they wanted this to be set during winter. Because they told us to wear autumn/winter clothing. So everyone kind of showed up in like fleece jersey
and
a gilet and with summer shoes. And I was like, oh boy, you guys are gonna freeze. And I think they were really, really cold because they were constantly going back into the vehicle to stay warm, and we stayed in the tent that had a heater in it, but it was still cold in the tent.
Right. I'm pretty comfortable with all the winter gear, and
yeah, I mean, that's part of the thing. Like, you know, we had a lot of winter jacket, but it's cycling functional jacket.
Specific.
And so we didn't look any like more bulky than anyone else, and they're wearing only fleece jersey.
Right.
But because we had you know, good technical clothing, it worked out really well. And even when we were filming this one scene where we were all part of like a Peloton with the main actor, he was wearing summer shoes with no overshoe either, and he kept getting a big parka put on him by the film crew in between when we had to stop. But his feet must have been freezing because he looked over at my LAMEDA boots and he was like, oh, those look really professional. So I think he was quite envious of the warm boots that I was wearing, which was pretty funny. But
it's interesting because you wouldn't expect him and all the other actors all on cycling shoes made a comment about you guys' shoe looks so professional.
Yeah, and so that was one of the really nice things about being able to show up in winter kit, but look like we're professional and wearing, you know, autumn kit, but still we're very warm. Like we could have gone and biked 100K and not been cold at all, you know. You know, it's one of the things about being in spring. You're on the shoulder season, so you're still kind of like, you're gonna have potentially really cold days and then really warm days until the weather kind of stabilizes. And that was one thing that, you know, when the actor pointed out our shoes and was really envious of that they looked professional and obviously were warmer than what he was wearing. One thing I really appreciate about LAMEDA is they listen to feedback. And when we made our winter kit review video, those booties weren't available on the international market, and we talked to them about that, and now they're available on the international market. So, you know, if you guys have any feedback on any kit. Like, let us know in the comments. And if there's any kit that you guys want us to try out, let us know in the comments, because we can get access to that stuff. And as always, there's a discount link in the description. Just use code BONK15. You guys get 15% off on your next LAMEDA order. So the actor, the poor guy, he had a call an hour ago, and the seat post kept slipping. And so we took a look, and I was like, oh, there's no carbon paste in this thing. I don't know why there's no carbon paste in it. So I went over, pulled my seat post out of my bike, took the carbon paste off mine, put it on there, wasn't enough. Took your bike, pulled the seat post out, put all yours on there. It held for one scene, for one shot. And then finally they had to take electrical tape and tape the seat post in place so it wouldn't slip down.
Intuitive enough to know, like, when the seat post drop, his riding position is gonna change, and that's gonna look different on the camera, and that's why he keeps saying, like, no, I cannot ride this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both feel like through the film that he's really a perfectionist actor for all the good aspects.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then you know, some of the other cyclists that were there with us had made a comment of like, I don't feel too safe riding close to him during some of these shots because he's all over the place. I didn't so much see it as that he's all over the place as much as he knew that during those scenes, the camera was focusing on his like face. And so he was exaggerating movements in order to get the facial like reaction and emotion of what he was trying to convey in the scene and for the plot. So
from that perspective, it also doesn't matter if there's someone around him, because that's not what the scene was looking for.
Right, and every time he was all over the place in order to get those expressions conveyed on camera, he wasn't like it grouped right next to people doing that. He broke away from people to do it. So I thought that was actually very considerate. He knew what the camera needed, and he also knew what we needed, you know? So a lot goes into, you know, being an actor and thinking of these sorts of things, especially when it's a technical type of scene. You know, cycling is not just walking. It's highly technical and takes years to develop a lot of these skills.
Whether he should use a prop or not based on where the storyline was,
Yeah.
and not obviously awkward when riding with the group. So he took care of all these considerations.
But yeah, he was a really nice guy though. Like he came back after we're done filming and like high-fived everyone and thanked us, you know, for our time and for coming out. And so he was like really appreciative. I don't know who he is as an actor. You probably do.
I Googled.
You Googled. I mean, I don't know like any Chinese films, really very few, let alone any of the actors or actresses yet. So they wanted to keep us in the dark. They didn't need to try very hard with me. But everyone's getting quite a big kick out of the American wearing the Chinese military parka. All the film crew is sneaking in photos of me and things like that.
Yeah, the film crew is actually very considerate. They brought that.
Yeah.
And like really taking care of us, you know, trying to keep us warm and, you know, like food and all the things. So
yeah, so for me, just overall, it kind of just blows my mind. Like I was talking to my mom about this and she's like, my little Minnesota boy now in Chinese movie. Like she's just like, you're out there living your best life. So that just goes to show you never know where cycling is going to take you. I did not wake up last week thinking I was going to be in a Chinese movie. Just kind of fell into it and had the opportunity to go do it, which was really awesome. And
so maybe just keep doing what you love and opportunity will come.
yeah, I think that's a good takeaway, is just keep doing you, and you know, keep yourself open to opportunities, and just have that mindset of, you know, good things will come. Just keep doing what you love. And I think with that, we'll catch you guys on the next ride.